Hello, this is Bruce with Webucator. In this video, I'm going to show you a solution that Kuhn Verbeek came up with on the default behavior of SQL Server and windowing functions. Kuhn agreed to let us create this video showing a solution which is available as an article on his blog at the URL shown here. To demonstrate this solution, I've already created a test table called TestOver. The code for creating this test table you can find in Kuhn's blog. I've got a simple select statement just to show you the information or the data that's currently in this table. I'm going to go ahead and execute that query. And you can see in the result set, it's a very simple solution. It's got two columns in this table, a group column and a value column. The group column has two distinct values, a value A and a value B, and then we have a number value starting with number 1 and incrementing up through value of 9. What we'd like to do is create a query that shows the maximum value for the two distinct groups A and B. So to create this query, the select statement will first try. We use an over clause with a partition by group and we'll order by the value. When I execute this query, I get kind of a surprising result. You can see in the results set down below that I don't get the distinct maximum values. I seem to get all of the rows with the individual values. But if we change our query slightly and add a descending to our query and run it again, we get what we thought we should have got the first time. So why is it that changing the order of the order by, changing it descending, has such a pronounced or such a profound effect on my result set? The answer is based on the default behavior of the order by clause, which was modified in the 2012 version of Microsoft SQL Server and also applies to later versions of SQL. The result set of the first order by is affected by a range clause that's being applied by default. If we rewrite this query to include the range, you can see exactly what is being used by default even though we didn't type it. So we'll remove the descending and add a range clause with a between unbounded preceding and a current row. So the range between unbounded preceding and current row is the default value that's applied when I simply use the order by statement. If I run this query, we see that we get the same results that we were getting earlier before we had it ordered by descending. So to see what's going on, or to figure out what's going on and why we're getting the result that we're getting, you have to realize how the range is being calculated. The unbounded preceding creates a calculation at first, or the first result set, on just the first row. Then the next result comes from the first row and the second row. So the result set of a max value is the maximum value in this case of 1 and 2. Then the next result would be the max value of the current row, which has got the 3 value, and the preceding rows, which have the 2 and the 1, the max value being then 3. And finally the last value, at least for the A group, is a result of the current row, which has the value of 4, the fourth row, and the max value of all the rows previous to it. And that's why we're getting a different result set, because the range keeps changing, which keeps incrementing by each row, and each row then has the maximum value, and that's being included in our result set. By adding the descending to our order by, that changes the order so that the first, or the highest number, in this case 4 for the group A and 9 for the group B, is always the first row, and no matter how many rows are used in the calculation, it's always going to be the max value. The simplest solution in this case is to just completely omit the order by clause, since it's not really needed when we're performing a max calculation. So if we completely remove order by and everything that we had to go with it, so we simply have the over partition by group, and we run this query, we get the result set that we're really looking for, where we've got the max value for the group A of 4 and the max value for the group B of 9. You can read Cohen's full blog post on the Less Than Dot website. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it.